Okay, so this is my Ignite presentation. My name is Lena Varney, and I'm not counting this as part of my 20 slides, so here we go. So first we'll start with some basic definitions. An experience is when an individual engages with their environment, setting, and reaction, where experience design is the process of intentionally orchestrating experience elements for participants to have particular interactions. Next, we have the progression of economic value. It's 5 stages, and they all get more complicated and more customized as you go. So we have commodities, goods, services, experiences, leading up to transformations. Next, we have the progression of economic value. These are some examples. For example, an experience is when someone would have a cake customized to say the name of whose birthday it is. The important part is that people like to pay for experiences and transformations. There are 5 types of experiences. They are prosaic, mindful, memorable, meaningful, and transformative. Most experiences will fit into one of these 5, so it's important to categorize it so that we know how to best develop the experience. Some examples: a prosaic experience is a casual event that requires no thought, where a mindful experience will make you stop in your tracks, and a memorable experience is something significant enough to generate thoughts and memory. So, for example, a prosaic experience would be brushing your teeth. Some more examples: a meaningful experience adds emotion to something that is memorable. A transformative experience is a turning point or significant part of someone's life. A transformative experience would be getting your first car because you get new freedom. The Experiencescape. The Experiencescape are the spaces in an experience that are strategically planned, laid out, and designed to add and support one theme. There are 6 elements, and they are people, place, roles, relationships, objects, and blocking. First, the Experiencescape elements are people. Who are they? What are their needs? Next is the place, the chronological, physical, and sensory elements. And last is the rules, the laws, norms, and instructions of the experience. Some more elements: relationships, what brings them in, what relationships need to be established. The objects, the physical, social, and symbolic elements. And then the blocking, how the people move through chronologically and physically. Next, we have design thinking. Design thinking is a human centered design focusing on finding the best solution for the user. There are 5 stages, and they are empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. The first stage is empathy. Empathy takes time and patience. It helps us gain a deeper understanding of people, allowing us to better serve their needs and desires. It's important to empathize to truly figure out what their problem is. The second stage is define. It's important to observe and collect data to best understand the problem. We often use a POV, which is a meaningful and actionable problem statement. It involves the user, their needs, and then becomes an insight based on what they need. The third stage is ideate. The important part of ideate is quantity over quality. It's important to be flexible and create as many ideas as possible. Post-it notes will become your best friend because you can write lots of little ideas and spread them out wherever. The fourth stage is prototype. While prototyping, we want to minimize planning and maximize action. You want to build and create to get ideas actually flowing so that you can start generating a working solution. We'll prototype throughout the entire process. Lastly, we have test. Testing is the final step, but we often don't step here. We test to find the problems and see what steps we need to go back to and revise. Testing always should focus on showing, not describing. Testing should be a real life working example. Then we have feedback. Having users provide examples of what the company should keep, stop, and start doing is a great method of feedback, along with constant observation and directed questions. And then we'll just go back a few steps and readjust based off of our feedback. Storytelling. Humans' natural impulse is to share stories. Stories help us make sense of the world and our place in it. And there are 2 types of storytelling that we learned about, and they are Freytag's and the hero's journey. Freytag's dramatic structure outlines the key steps to successful storytelling. It's a 5-step process, starting with exposition, then rising into the climax, and then falling into denouement. Most experiences can fit into this structure. Then we have the hero's journey, which is a 12-step template that most stories fit into. Experience design can often fit into the hero's journey as people are guided through a series of experiences to reach particular outcomes. And lastly, after gaining a little insight into the magic of experience design, what has experience design to you? How do you see it impacting your life? How do you wish it impacts your life?